the key things that kind of made me really really want to go for hall and the course as well was when Kevin said that they will hold, well, in his words, will hold your hand like a baby every step of the way. And again, it was a conversion course. So I felt safe. I said, okay, why not give it a shot? So I think as at that time, I was not so sure what I was getting into. But I knew then I wanted to try something extra. I was just tired of the regular thing I was doing. So yeah, I think
All right, great. Hi, my name is Oyinkansola Onwuchekwa, also known as KKC. I am a second year PhD student at the University of Hull, and I'm really glad to have you here today. Could you please introduce yourself on our DAIM Alumni Spotlight series?
Hi, KKC. My name is John ATUGHARA. I'm a data scientist, I'm a data analyst, and also a machine learning engineer. And thank you for having me.
Great. I just want to ask you a few quick questions about your time here at the University of Hull. What motivated you to choose the course that you did, and could you tell us a bit more about it?
Well, I would say one key thing that motivated me was that I wanted to try something different. I've been in banking for some years, and my first degree was in biochemistry, so I wanted to do something that was just different, challenge myself basically. And of course, knowing full well that AI and data sciences is like the next big thing, so I think that was just the first motivation for me to choose the course. Yeah.
Okay, and why Hull specifically? Why University of Hull?
So, as at that time, to be honest, I was trying a couple of schools to get admissions, and I had a friend who was in his PhD in University of Hull at that time, still doing his PhD anyways, and then he spoke so highly of Hull, and then I, well, reluctantly applied for admission to the institution, and then I got admission. Well, I got admissions for other institutions, but one interesting thing was that I got admission almost the next day after applying. And then I had follow-up calls the next day as well from I think the admissions team. And I was really, surprised. Like they could even want to do that follow-up. That was really interesting for me. And then I got the admission. I wasn't certain as at that time what if I should go with all other institutions I got admissions with. But then we had like webinars organized in the institution as well as the school as a whole. I can remember Kelvin was there and some other persons as well, and they spoke so highly about the school, the environment being a very student-friendly environment, about the course. And for myself, coming from a background of banking, not that I wasn't working with data, but that level of deep exposure was not there. And also being that my first degree was in biochemistry, I think the key things that kind of made me really really want to go for hall and the course as well was when Kevin said that they will hold, well, in his words, will hold your hand like a baby every step of the way. And again, it was a conversion course. So I felt safe. I said, okay, why not give it a shot? So I think as at that time, I was not so sure what I was getting into. But I knew then I wanted to try something extra. I was just tired of the regular thing I was doing. So yeah, I think that was more of it. And yeah, and then I chose the course.
Yeah, that's a very fantastic story, and I think that a lot of alumni and even students that are here currently have similar experiences. Hull is a really really great city. I love
Yeah,
the university. Speak so highly of it to anybody that cares to listen. I have another
yeah,
question. You mentioned that you studied biochemistry for your undergrad.
yeah.
Then you moved to the banking sector and now to AI. Did you ever think at any point that you would like to combine, all of these using AI? So maybe something biochemistry and AI related or banking and AI related?
Well, to be honest, I never thought about it. I was just a regular banker
Yeah.
who really wanted to, do something extra. And of course, there's always a balance point between every profession with AI. Literally, you need AI, data science to propel whatever discipline to I would say, the next level. So yeah, but I never thought about it. But I think coming to do the program in university basically exposed me to see things differently, my thought process. So, I mean, when I see problems The way I would think is obviously way different from just when I was just working in the bank or obviously my biochemistry first degree. So yeah, I never saw it coming, but yeah, here I am.
Cool. And have you developed any key skills, or did you develop any key skills here during your time at the uni?
Yes, I developed a lot of wonderful skills that has been very helpful to me in my current present day. I would basically talk about like the report writing. I think that was like one very key skill I developed in university. I mean, every project done in uni, you have to do a report. And I had finished my first degree for like a long time, worked in the bank for a while before coming for my master's. And then, learning how to write differently, learning how to do research from start to finish was something that was really fantastic for me. And it helped me not only that the obviously the data science skills and the data analytical skills that I grabbed as well was really great because I mean it helped me to understand how to see data differently, how to be able to inspect and see generate as much insight as possible, which obviously is applicable to every sphere of our lives, businesses, personal lives. So yeah, so those are like key skills I would say I obviously gained from the program.
That's wonderful, and that ties very nicely. I think you already gave an answer to the question I was going to ask next about how the skills that you developed have reflected in your personal and professional life. And I must say that Hall is really really keen on producing all-rounded students. So they're not just about producing code or building or developing models, but they're also highly really focused on report writing skills and other important skills. And it's really good that you were able to develop this during your time here at the uni. That's absolutely fantastic. And can I just ask, were there any projects that you did here that really stood out for you during your time at the uni?
Well, I would say a couple of projects stood out, not just one. I think the first project which we did then was about census, business census data, and we had to do a bit of loads of data analytics on that. It was a very interesting project for me because that was the first time exposure to really, really query, data that deep, and the amount of insights that could be generated from that data alone it really marveled me, and it made me see things differently. I think that was the starting point of my thought process opening up to see that data can actually tell you a lot and it can do a lot. I would say on that project which really stood out for me was the accident project, which had to do with accidents in the UK, analyzing that data. And I think if I remember correctly, we also built a machine learning model to predict how fatal or severe the accidents are. So it was a very intense project at that time. Obviously, being a newbie in coding, it was really interesting having to do research, looking at best ways to even, query the data, get as much insight as possible. And one interesting thing that I picked up from the entire marking process in the uni is, I think I could be wrong, but I think the lecturers mark your thought process. So it's how you think that matters, that counts, which obviously was the key thing about the whole learning thing. And obviously my final year my final year project was also on that project that stood out for me because the project was about using machine learning to predict soil moisture, using parameters like temperature, humidity, and all that. So I started thinking, how is this related to the real world? Right? Obviously, farmers want to know the water retention in the soil, the plants they want to plant. They want to understand when they should plant and all that stuff. So trying to move from theory to the practical aspect was very fantastic feeling for me. So yeah, so I think those were like key projects. I'm sorry I mentioned more than one, but yeah, I just had to. Yeah.
I actually share your sentiments about the census data. That was also my first time being introduced to actual dirty data, and it's like which each thing that you do, there's always something more to do with that data. I loved working on it. I loved drafting my reports, and it's just like there was no two data that was the same. Even if you and someone else had the exact same data, the insight that you generate will definitely be different. And
Yep.
that ties to your comment about them marking your thought process as opposed to the final output. So yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Can I ask, how did the faculty or the school environment support your learning and growth?
Hi, my name is Kevin Pimbblet, and I'm the Director of the Centre of Excellence for Data Science, Artificial Intelligence and Modelling, otherwise known as DAIM, here at the University of Hull. We run an MSc conversion course in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science here at the University of Hull. A conversion course takes in students from a wide variety of different backgrounds, not just STEM subjects, but arts and humanities and everything else in between. We upskill them in data science and artificial intelligence, and we do that through a series of bespoke modules, starting with Python programming in the first few weeks of trimester, leading into introductory materials in understanding artificial intelligence and the fundamentals of data science. We've just built a new building that you can see all around me. This is a £4.5 million investment by the University of Hull and a strategic decision to invest in artificial intelligence and data science for the long term. Here at the University of Hull, we offer the full breadth of artificial intelligence and data science. We have elective options in a range of different subjects, from ethics right through to AI in healthcare and a lot of others in between as well. We like to have our students on campus for one full day per week. That's from 9 AM right through to 6 PM. What this enables is for our students to manage their own time, so that if they have a job for which they might be going part-time, they can do it for the rest of the week, and therefore they can have that full day on campus learning and doing all the programming that they're required to do. There are a variety of reasons why our students choose the University of Hull as their first choice for an MSc conversion course. Not only do we upskill our students within the areas of AI and data science, but also locally this is one of the best regions in which to study. Here at the University of Hull, we offer the widest variety of different training courses in AI and data science. We also offer bursaries that our students are able to apply for, so if you are female, black, disabled, or from a low socioeconomic background, as might be judged from the higher rate of student loan, and you are a UK citizen, resident, or settled status, then please do consider joining us.